Hey everyone, I'm Into.
I'm Micah.
And welcome to our channel. So today we're going to do
A top 10 list of things that we did not know that we were getting into when we were getting ready to marry each other.
not at all.
So, this is just a list. We're kind of gonna go in lightly on each other. So this is for your entertainment, and we hope that you like it. But we also hope that you learn something from this. Marriage is not easy, and dealing with another person is kind of hard, especially whenever you're not used to that. And all of our lives, we're kind of trained not to even think that way.
Michael always says that the hardest part in marriage is dealing with yourself. So even just coming in and realizing little things about me that I didn't know before was a challenge. So.
And that's actually number one on my list, and we're gonna go back and forth. But number one is just, dealing with the flaws and faults of myself, because a lot of times whenever we might argue or disagree about something, like, I take the time to be introspective and just kind of look at myself and say, you know what, like, I was wrong, or like, dang, like I do what she's saying that I do, and I probably should stop that. Like, I probably should cut that out.
I'll go in the middle of it, yeah.
Cause I have to be. I'm a man. I can't just roll over.
I didn't add that to my list, but I probably should have added that to my list. Okay,
I'm good.
so number two, I did not know that when I married Micah, I would be lotioning his back every single night. Or no, every time he takes a shower.
Yeah.
So sometimes that could be twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
3 times. Never
No,
usually 3 times.
no.
Twice a day. So, and he's so particular. So it has to be, this is his favorite lotion.
Gotta be this.
7-day moisturizing,
Yes.
fast absorbing.
If it is not this, I ain't using it.
Non-greasy. See, I'm the type of person, I don't think I'm cheap, but I could buy cheap paper towel and cheap stuff. But Mike was like, what are you doing? Like, I bought bread at Dollar General one time, and he was
It was
like,
just like some is that bread still up there?
No.
Probably it is.
He was like, what is this? I was like, it was only $1.
Take that back to the store, bro.
Anyway, don't buy bread from Dollar General. No offense to Dollar General.
They got good bread.
I don't
They
know.
got some, but some of that bread.
So anyway, I have to lotion, put some in my hand, and I have to be, he's so specific. Like, if I leave something like this, he has a fit. Like, literally, we start an argument over the fact that I left some lotion here. See, and this is things that nobody tell you. Like, he didn't mention this in our marriage counseling, okay? So I learned this after we got married. It wasn't even on the honeymoon. I think it was
It's
few weeks in.
Yeah.
So, and then I have to get it.
Yeah, do not.
So
that's
then
bothering me right now.
Then you have to get all the areas. So you have to get on top of his back, and you have to rub. I can't do this. Usually I'm watching TV or something.
I need your
He
undivided
wants
attention.
undivided attention, which I'm gonna talk about that later on. So I have to make sure I rub it in.
Look. Not to cut you off. Look, y'all. Whenever I take a shower, I don't know what it is about my skin. I get super dry and ashy. Therefore, I have to lotion within 30 minutes of me getting out of the shower. What are you doing?
It's on my hand. Go ahead.
Why you use it? But I have to lotion within 30 minutes of getting out of the shower, or I look like I just bathed in baby powder. So
he's true.
So with her lotioning my back, these are the areas that I cannot reach. I ain't that flexible. So I need her to really get that lotion in my skin.
And the side,
Yes.
ooh, and the middle part.
Yes.
He'd be like, you have to go back to the middle
It'll start
part.
hurting. My skin feel like it start cracking.
So we need to check that out, because
I need to go to a dermatologist.
that might be an issue. So anyway, so that was my number one thing that I really didn't realize I was getting into, lotioning his back every time he takes a shower, and I wasn't prepared to do that. So, because I don't even like lotioning my own skin much, to be honest. But yeah, that's my number two. Number one.
So my number three is locking up. And that's an Antiguan term that I had no idea what her mom was talking about when I went to Antigua for the first time. to meet her parents, and she was asking me something about locking up. I'm like, what? And even when she was like,
wind up the window.
I'm like,
and he was looking at me like, what is she talking
I'm just
about?
like, I think she said wind up the window, but I don't know. And so, yeah, basically, what I didn't know that I was getting into, man, like, I'm a guy, and, you know, right now we live in South Mississippi, and I've lived here my entire life, and most of the time in the places that I've lived, like I've lived in areas where whenever I used to park my car at night, you didn't have to lock the doors, you could leave the windows down, and nobody would go in your car, right? And so for her, that has not been the case. I think whenever she was younger, some guy broke in their house, and even other times. Obviously, for a woman, one of her greatest needs actually is security, and that involves safety. And she's even had incidents here before we actually met, you know, where her safety was compromised. So that's a big deal for her. And so a lot of the times she'll ask, "Hey, did you lock the car?" And I'm just like, "I locked the car. I may not have pressed it on the key thing, but I press it on the inside of the car." And she'll make sure before we go to sleep, "You lock up outside?" Like, and basically, like, I have to make sure that all the lights are off and that the door is dead bolted. And so yeah, that was like one of the things that I like had no idea that I was getting into, like, because for me, like, I feel like I'm big and strong enough to where if somebody does mess with me, I can, you know, defend myself. I can take care of myself, you know. But for her, she hasn't felt that way, and that's something that I'm still understanding day to day, and that's something that she needs, and I realize that.
Number 4, Micah's love language is quality time.
Number one
is quality time. What's your second one again?
I don't remember.
Acts of service, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so quality time, like, I mean, that's one of my love languages too, but it's not my first one. So Micah's the type of person, if he's showing me, let's say he's saying, "Oh babe, I want you to watch this video," and I'm really not interested in the video, but which is usually the case. For him, he wants me to really sit there with him and focus on this video. So I can't, again, there's something about me doing multiple things. I'm always multitasking because I'm in a program. I need to learn how to do that. But I cannot be watching something else on TV or looking at my phone. Like, he wants me to sit there. I have to watch whatever video. I have to be engaged. And if I'm not engaged or I'm doing something else, if I'm responding to a text, even if my phone goes off and I don't, let's say I'm not even going to respond to the text message, but I'm just looking at it to see who is texting me, that's a problem for him. He's like, "You're not giving me quality time, babe, quality time."
I don't say it like that, but yeah.
And I'm just like, that's not, to me, quality time is, going out to eat, watch a movie, but no. Even though that he thinks of that as quality time as well, but for him, me, like, being engaged in his videos and whatever movie, memes or whatever, stories, blogs, but when he's reading, like, he really wants me to be engaged, and that's something I didn't realize about him in the beginning.
That's me. Number 5, and this one's kind of funny to me, but at the same time, it's serious, man. I never knew how much of a challenge it would be for me to have to be conflicted with the dilemma. I might be double speaking and repeating myself,
Yes.
but like having to decide, or not even to decide, or having to be forced to choose between coming and talking to her or playing 2K, right?
It's 2K, man.
So, like, a lot of times, I'll be sitting on the couch playing 2K. I'm in a good game. Obviously, I'm trying to win. I'm extremely competitive. And all of a sudden, here she comes. And she's like, "Babe." So I have to pause it, which I don't like either. "Babe, come talk. You want to come to bed?" "No, sweetheart, I don't want to come to bed. I'm in the middle of a game, and I don't like quitting in the middle of my game, because if I come back and I don't have the same momentum, then I lose. I don't like losing, and it starts this whole process." So sometimes I would even think that she would be doing that on purpose. Like, I'll even say this. Yesterday, she came in. Now, mind you, Thursday and Friday at work, I had two really rough and long days. So, I'm, playing 2K. I think I'm on like my third game, which I don't play a lot, honestly.
Anymore.
I never have played a lot.
But before me, you used to.
Yeah, before you. You know what I'm saying? Since we've been together, like I don't really play my game that much. But yesterday I took the liberty to, because I'm like, man, I've been stressed out, got a lot of stuff going on. I want to play my 2K. So I'm on my third game, and she's like, babe, come help me cook. I'm like,
I really didn't need the help, but I just thought that, it's the weekend, the year is almost ending, and we could just cook together, be like a bonding, Yes.
This is what I deal with. And so I'm just like, I knew, and I can say just for yesterday, because she just admitted it, that there was an ulterior motive behind her asking me to come help her cook. She didn't really need me to help her cook. And so I'm just like, man, I'm really enjoying this game. I honestly don't want to help you cook. So it's times whenever I'm thinking, it might not be true, but I'm thinking it, man, she's just saying this for me to come do something, so I stopped playing the game. And so that upsets me. But yeah, like having to deal with that challenge, because obviously I know that I need to spend time with my wife, and I feel like I do. But at the same time, like, man, like, obviously I really enjoy playing 2K. That's my thing.
But we've come a long way, because remember how it used to be? Like, we used to argue a lot over.
Well, that was because my priorities were not in order.
It really wasn't.
And I'm willing to admit that, so.
Yeah, so thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Number 6. I just did it. And that's what it is. I just did it. That's what it is, because every morning.
Well, it's a little different.
Well, yeah, you can do it after I say it. Every morning, Micah does this, whatever this is. He says he's scratching his throat, and then he blames the Mississippi weather, but he has to like blow, and it sounds like he's blowing out his entire brains. And I'm sleeping because he goes to work really early, so it would be 4 in the morning, and I just hear whatever that sound is, and it makes me jump up, and I'm like, babe, are you okay? Because I'm like, what is happening? So it's that I had no idea I was gonna do this like, every morning. But when he's in Antigua, he doesn't have to do all that.
The air
probably has a lot to do with his sinuses and all that. But it's so annoying. It's so loud, and it we say like it runs my blood. Meaning it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Number 7. Let me show y'all one thing. And mind you, the only reason why we have this kind is because we went to the dentist and we had to get some cleaning done. And so, this is a tube of toothpaste, correct? And this causes a lot of problems in our house, and I'll tell you why. It looks like this, right? This is most of the toothpaste is up here. This is actually how a tube of toothpaste should look.
Says who?
Says God himself when he created this. This is not how it should look. Because most of the toothpaste is here. And so why would I keep pressing here to get the toothpaste out and leave all of this behind? So she likes to use toothpaste, like this. I don't know why she continues. They see it. I don't know why she continues to do this. And this is what I've come up with as a solution, because I've asked her to stop and she won't. So first of all, pray for her that the Lord will put it on her heart to stop doing the toothpaste like that.
Sometimes I do. It's just like if I'm in a rush and I'm just like,
man, I don't think you do.
Baby, I do.
I look at this toothpaste every day and it's like this. Sometimes it might even be like this. I'm just like, bruh, what are you doing?
Or what about like the mouth part? And I don't even like that. I personally don't like it, but I don't mind it if it's me. If I do it, it's okay. But if everybody else kind of has this
please
thing
never have the toothpaste in there.
It's messy.
This is good. Yeah, this is fine.
Because this one is hard, it's firmer.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like it.
Seriously. But what I propose and what we're gonna do is, since we're more than likely to be moving in a couple months, what I propose is that we get a place that has two in the bathroom. It has 2 different sinks.
His and hers.
His and hers, and I'll have my own tube of toothpaste that would look perfect like this, and she'll have her little sinful tube of toothpaste that looks like this. So
See,
y'all,
but at least we work that out together. And
yeah, but we still have to come to a solution.
I know, but it will come together.
You're not willing to repent and change your ways. So y'all pray for her.
Number 8. Socks on the floor.
That's me, baby.
Yes. So, luckily, you don't do it like in the living room.
No.
Because that would just be horrible.
Yeah,
so I give him
nasty.
that.
I'm not nasty.
No, he's not. He's very clean.
I just leave my socks on.
Yeah, he leaves his socks on the floor. And then, so I, being the good wife that I am.
That you don't have to.
I would pick up his socks and I'd put them in the dirty clothes. That's what we call the hamper. You know, too. We call it I don't know if y'all do that up here.
We call it dirty clothes.
Dirty clothes, okay. So I'll put in the dirty clothes. And at first I was like, okay, it's just a one-time thing doing it. Then I was like, pick your battles. But it still was just like, oh my gosh, every time he takes his socks off, I have to put them in the dirty clothes. So then there was one time, it was the socks in your pants or whatever, and he was like, what'd you do with my clothes? I was like, I put them in the dirty. They weren't dirty, so why were they on the floor? Like, if they aren't dirty, put them in your closet, put them in a drawer, put them over your door, because over his closet door, because you have 2 separate closets, over his closet door is all these clothes that he would just like
I took them down.
But my thing is, if they're not, he wants to wear them again. So he would put them on the floor, just like by his side of the bed, saying, don't touch it, I'm gonna wear I'm gonna put these on again or whatever. So now, to, I guess, ease my mind, he puts it in the closet. So they're still on the floor, but at least they're in the closet.
I wondered if you caught on to that.
They're in the closet, so I can't see them, even though I really do see it, because when I fold the clothes, I put his clothes up, because he would wait, I would wait 3-4 days for him to put his clothes up, so I just do it most of the time.
2 weeks sometimes.
But, yeah, so he puts it in the closet so I can't see it, which I appreciate, but I'm still praying and believing that in 2017, Mike is going to be able to, put his socks up and I won't have to deal with that. But yes, that's my number 8.
Love you.
We love you too.
Alright people, number 9.
Oh,
I'm going to make this quick and simple because that is what this subject requires. What I did not know that I was getting into whenever we got married, or even before, or even after, is the constant question that is a rhetorical one, if you ask me. Hey, now this is whenever we're getting ready to go somewhere. Should I wear a bra? Yes. You should always wear a bra.
No, see, women are going to understand.
This is indefensible. By all means. I understand. They get uncomfortable. You want to take them off. You want to be free. Whenever we go out this door, out that front door, yes, you need one. You're welcome. On to the next one.
Last point, number 10. I didn't know, and I think he can say the same for him as well.
Yeah. This is probably one that can go for
both of us.
Yeah. Even though it's yours.
The differences between how we see things and process things and what gets us upset versus what we don't see as a big deal. So there are things that I see as a huge deal, like, oh my gosh, like, this is horrible, we need to focus on this now, we need to talk about this, like, this is important, I can't believe you did this. And he would be like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, like, it's nothing. Versus when I see something as, oh, it's nothing, like, choose your battles. Like, he's like wanting to sit down and I have to listen to how he feels. And that's something like, I mean, I appreciate it about him and I'm thankful, but I didn't I didn't realize that he would be. I don't want to.
I feel.
He's sensitive.
Deeply.
Like he feels deeply. He likes to share how he's feeling and what he's thinking. And usually, you know, the myth is, oh, men don't really talk about feelings and all that. And I wouldn't say he's over. Like he's not emotional. He's in control.
Don't
but
play me weak, bro.
Yeah, but he shares how he feels, and there's some times where I laugh. I would start laughing because in my head I'm thinking, is he really like dealing and processing with this? Like, this is not a huge deal. Like, why is it so important to him? And you know, we had a talk about it because I wouldn't want him to laugh at me if I'm talking about something that's important to me. But it's still so, I'm so not used to a man like, you know, sharing and processing things the way Michael processes it. So I would laugh, but I'm getting better with controlling my laughter because it really does break my heart when I would see his face and I'm laughing at him and I'm like, wait, I'm not laughing at you, I'm just laughing at the situation because it's just so funny to me.
You laughing at me, bro. You laughing at me. You laughing now?
I know, but it's just funny. I love you though.
I know you love me. I'm just glad I'm not being vulnerable right now to where you can hurt me.
I will never hurt. And I think that's what, to sum it up, I feel like we both realized in our first year of marriage. How long have we been married? A year and 5 months?
It's about to be 5.
5 months? Okay. August 6th, 2015. We both realized that we are gonna hurt each other, or not intentionally, obviously, and do things that might get each other annoyed, frustrated, but we're on the same team and we're never out to intentionally lose my voice.
Okay.
We're never out to intentionally hurt the other person because we have each other's best interests at heart. And that's something that we constantly remind ourselves when we're in the middle of an argument, no matter how petty it may seem to one of us or whatever, that we're on the same team, that we love each other, that God put us together for a reason, a bigger purpose. So we just need to deal with each other and find compromises when we have to and make us work. Like, our marriage is not gonna look like somebody else's, and that's okay. We don't want it to.
And so what I would say, just to close this video out, is that if you're dating somebody, if you're engaged, if you're married, and even if you're single, you can still learn that, you know, what it's gonna take for your relationship to work, for your marriage to work, is honesty. It's gonna take communication from both sides, men and women. It's gonna take, you know, people just being open and open books, obviously not divulging just everything, not vomiting from the mind on somebody, but at the same time, you know, it's gonna take, you know, you knowing each other very deeply and just being able to work that stuff out. You know, I've seen different marriages, relationships, or whatever crash and crumble, and I'm just thinking to myself, now that I see that, it's kind of like, well, if they just kind of talked about this and actually worked on a solution, and if they compromised, you know, in order to fix the issue, then, you know, it'd be good. So thank you guys for watching our video. Please subscribe. We hope that you learn, you know, about us, and we hope that you learn more about yourselves, and maybe if you have somebody, you know, you guys can take the time to learn what you don't like, because it actually helps your relationship, I think. And I think that even arguing helps the relationship, as long as you're, you know, still hell-bent on being with each other and not leaving each other. Arguing probably solves some problems, even though that communication form may not be the best. At least you're communicating. So
argue fair.
Argue fair?
Yeah.
Take no prisoners.
Okay.
Anyway, God bless y'all. Anything else you want to say?
Thanks for watching. We love y'all.